Hello, hello, YouTube world. Welcome to Real Takes and Movie Breaks. We are going to be watching the movie 12 Angry Men for the first time ever. I'm very excited. This was a film that you all voted on. I've never seen it. Mike will be here in just a moment. So while we're waiting on him, feel free to say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. Let me know if you've seen this movie before, if this is your first time watching with us. I'd love to chat before we get started. Michael should be here in a moment. So we're going to share a time code so that way you can sync up with us from your own device. So make sure you find this film. There's different versions of it on the internet, or if you have the DVD, great. Just make sure you're watching from your own device, and we'll start a time code when we start the movie, so that way you can sync up and follow along. Hey, Barlord, how are you? Hi, Mopar. Mopar, how are you doing? Have you seen this movie before? Not bad, all things considered. Good. Well, that's what we like to hear. Not bad, not bad. I'm doing pretty well myself. I missed you all. For a while there, we were doing live streams once a week, and then we went to LA, which was awesome. I shared some of those photos. I thought some of the Trekkies would find those photos fun. I got to put my handprints in in William Shatner. We saw William Shatner star, and then I got to put my handprints in Captain Kirk. Doing okay in here, full on raccoon mode. LOL, never seen this movie before. Okay, so you're in raccoon mode. Yeah, so Mopar, so this will be your first time watching it. How are you watching along with us tonight? Mopar, you often have like the DVDs. Oh, a loan DVD. Okay, there you go. From the library. Awesome. Yeah, I know there's versions of this film all over the internet. So there's various ways you can find the film. So if you have any suggestions for anyone watching, let us know. Mopar, do you have your popcorn? Michael is currently making trail mix. So I wanted to pop on here and chat with y'all while he does that. He's making some trail mix. It's the same trail mix that I shared with you before. My health coach recommended version of trail mix with almonds, pumpkin seeds, and dried blueberries, coconut, organic dark chocolate, and walnuts. So, Mopar, I know you saw that video on my other YouTube. I think there is this movie on Daily Motion. Yes, you can find this film on Daily Motion. I know, especially if all the ingredients are healthy, you don't have to feel bad about it. Mopar, I also created a healthy pizza recipe on my Yoga Flow with Kim channel. If you want to, I think you checked that out, didn't you? You commented on it. So pizza is sometimes a fun snack to have while you're watching a movie. This pizza recipe, though, is gluten-free, low FODMAP. I added kale, peppers, lots of healthy ingredients. I just got back from grabbing a new cable modem. Oh, I'm going to try and get that active, and hopefully it'll make it easier tonight. Nice. Nice. Well, that's cool. Well, I'm excited to watch the movie with you all. LA was surreal. I hadn't had more than 2 consecutive days off work in so long. So it was really fun to have more than 2 days off work. And we got to see our film that we made, Twin Flame Hotel, at the Chinese Theater, which is this big theater with amazing screens. And it was at the Silicon Beach Film Festival. And we got a lot of positive feedback. We met some other filmmakers, so that was cool. Michael's here. He brought the trail mix. Yep. This is my healthy trail mix, health coach recommended. Coconut, every ingredient I listed. So we'll be snacking on this tonight. Michael's bringing the time code for you all.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, look, we match.
Oh, look at that.
Met any celebrities in LA?
So the interesting thing about that story about celebrities is when we walked around Hollywood, and it's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the Chinese Theater and all of these like tourist sort of gift shops and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these people dressed up like Darth Vader or Chewbacca or Marvel, like Spider-Man, Batman, all that stuff. They're all kind of hanging out right there with all the hey Mopar, and with the stars and the handprints and all that stuff. And it's like everyone's there thinking they're going to see a celebrity.
Right.
So right up the hill from there is kind of like the Hollywood Hills, and you're getting up towards the observatory and the canyon and all that stuff. So we went and met up with a friend of ours who lives there named John.
Mm-hmm.
And John was saying, yeah, it's funny because all these people down on the Hollywood Strip, they're kind of waiting to see if they'll see a celebrity, but the celebrities don't hang out down there. They all live right up the hill, just a few miles, but nobody's up there, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it, like, yeah, I guess, everybody's kind of doesn't really know how that works or where everyone lives, or I guess they have the star maps or whatever, and they go around on the tour bus. But it was cool. We didn't see any celebrities.
Yeah, no celebrities. But I did get to put my handprints in Patrick Stewart's hands, which was cool.
And we saw William Shatner's star.
Yes, we saw William Shatner's star.
We took a picture of that,
and we met some other independent filmmakers, which was really cool.
Yeah,
so
some good filmmakers, and it was a lot of fun. It's a very interesting town.
We saw this show called Dual Reality, which was basically like a cross between Cirque du Soleil and Romeo and Juliet, but it was a happier version of Romeo and Juliet. And they actually changed the ending to make it happier, which I liked. And then we also saw a comedy show at the Comedy Store. The Comedy Store,
which I always think is a funny name
for
a comic, the Comedy Store. Okay, you're going to buy some comedy. But that's cool. You saw Jason Statham at the airport.
Oh, he saw me watching and winked to me. Oh, okay.
That's cool. Yeah, I like him. He's a good action guy. I think he's in the Expendables and other things. He's good.
So if you want to bring that over here, I'll put the time code next to me. Go. Put this over here. Okay.
So I found this movie, 12 Angry Men. I found it on the, if you Google it, there's a, the archive website. It has a free use version. That's actually the one we're watching.
The archive website. Cool. And Daily Motion has a version of it as well.
It's the Criterion collection version that we're watching. That's on the archive website, so it might be a little different in terms of the timing of the time code. So I would just watch that one. You can just Google it.
The Criterion version.
Yeah, it's the one that's on the archive website. If you Google it, it's free to use. You can just click on it and play it.
Okay, so Google Criterion Collection and you should find it. Had a major crush on Patrick Stewart when I was younger. Yeah, it's easy to crush on him.
He's very good.
All right. So this will be our little time code. So let us know when you're ready. And we'll do a countdown. Does anybody know anything about this movie going into it? I don't really know anything other than it's a movie. It was kind of an older film, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's from the 50s.
Yeah, so I know it's from the 50s. And I don't know anything else. It's about 12 angry men. All right, so let us know when you're ready. Just say ready, and then we'll do a countdown.
Ready?
Mopar is ready. All right, Barlord, are you ready? It looks like there's 5 people watching, so let us know if you're ready to watch. Say hi. Oh, going blurry. Oh. Thank you. We got all blurry for a second. Barlord's ready. Awesome. Who else is watching? Say hi. I know we're blurry. We'll become unblurry momentarily, I'm sure. Sometimes it does this.
Weird. There we go.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited to start this movie. It's my first time ever. So feel free to chat with us while you watch along. That's why we're doing this live, so we can share the movie experience with you. And hopefully it'll stimulate some fun, interesting conversation. Yeah, I'm excited to share my thoughts after the movie, and I'll share a little bit as we go along.
Yes.
All right.
Are we ready to go?
Ready for the countdown? We're going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The Criterion Collection.
You hear that, right?
I hear the lion growling. So I see some steps heading up to a building with columns. Looks kind of like the White House. Administration Justice. So it looks like these guys are someone just did a wonderful job. Room 228. It's a courtroom. Premeditated murder.
No, it doesn't.
It definitely doesn't start light in terms of stakes.
It starts very dark.
He looks very thoughtful.
I don't want to say anything controversial, but I do think it's a kind of a funny thing seeing 12 white men on a jury.
12
I guess that's the 50s
angry
for you.
men.
Lee J. Cobb.
I like this music.
I will periodically put my little mirror up so you can kind of see where we are.
Film editor Carl Lerner.
Carl Lerner was a great film editor. How do I know that? Because this film is really well edited.
Music composed and conducted by Kenyon Hopkins. Director of photography, Boris Kaufman. George Justin. Henry Fonda. Directed by Sidney Lumet.
It's LeMay.
Oh, LeMay. My bad.
Yeah, it's her dad.
Jane Fonda's father.
They did On Golden Pond together. Oh, Norman. Remember the movie we watched, Dog Day Afternoon?
Yeah.
Same director.
Oh.
Also, this movie kind of inspired Twin Flame Hotel.
Oh.
Not inspired, but
Related.
I was inspired by things in it. Ranked choice voting. Yeah, Lee J. Cobb especially. He was really big at that time.
Can you take a tiny scoot to your right? Thank you. Hmm. So he's excited about his murder case.
Any thoughts where everyone stands, Kimberly?
About the murder?
Mm-hmm.
Seems a little unclear to me at this point.
I'll be right back.
Modulewski. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know where I think everyone stands once I kind of get a sense of that. I was a jury 4-person once. It was interesting. Oh, I bet that was really interesting. I've had jury duty before. So if you're just tuning in, we are watching 12 Angry Men. This is a time code where we are in the film. If you want to watch along with us, the Criterion Collection. Everyone selected me purely because I dress nicer. Odd reason, but nobody else wanted to do it too. First-degree murder.
I vote guilty.
Looks like majority is voting guilty. I'll vote not guilty.
He's definitely guilty.
Just to be different. Has to be unanimous. Hmm. Hmm. That's fair. Oh my gosh, he just wants to talk about some random story. Hmm. When he's saying they, what does he mean by they? It's interesting how he presents it too. He just wants to talk a bit before committing. Yeah. He's like, we should just talk a bit. It's the thing, he doesn't have a reason why. I've seen him in something before.
He's in a lot of things. That voice.
He's got that signature soft-spoken voice.
There is no actor today that's like this guy.
Yeah,
Henry
he
Fonda.
seems like he's hiding something.
Or him. He's great too. He was the detective in The Exorcist.
Oh. Huh. So he heard him say that. "18." It's pretty young. She saw him. She's saying she saw him do that. Wow. I mean, one of them.
I guess
So
they're talking
is
about they're
them?
talking about poor people.
Yeah, I was curious what he meant when he was like, seems like he's othering them. Othering them. I'm good. Yeah, that's a good point. A motive. Hmm. Oh. No. That's a good point. If you're used to getting hit every day, it's like, why would 1, 2 motivate you to murder? He doesn't seem like he cares very much. Oh, he's so sympathetic.
They're sort of easing into the data dump. The data dump is kind of the movie in a sense.
Yeah, it feels like I'm one of the jurors. Mm. Born in the slums. Oh. Oh. Hmm.
What are they saying? I'm charging my thing.
Oh.
What are they saying?
Now they're starting to really disagree.
I like how the camera follows what's going on in this initial part of the movie, the way it's sort of dolling around.
Yeah.
We're getting to know each guy,
Yeah.
each of the angry men. I like the guy with the hat just rolling his eyes.
Hmm. Yeah, they're like anecdotal. They're just two people saying they saw and heard stuff. I like that guy. Let's go in order. So he admitted to buying the murder weapon. So if he was lying, why would he even admit to buying that?
I like how we see the camera kind of shake a little when it moves around.
That's true. There's a difference between a slap and a punch. Oh, gosh. Hmm. Yeah, that story doesn't sound totally believable. The knife falling through his pocket. Hmm. 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 Oh my gosh, he has the same knife. He has the same knife. So that is possible. Huh. Oh. I don't know.
It is interesting.
Yeah, as soon as you put the knife down, it's like you instantly like pay attention more. Hmm. Proposition. By secret written ballot? Hmm. Yeah. It's interesting how people change their tune when it's like anonymous, like a secret written ballot versus like everyone sees what they're voting. I feel like this guy's up to something though. Like part of me wonders if he's hiding something or he's somewhat more connected to this story, like on a personal level or something. It's weird that he happened to have that same knife. Like maybe he killed him.
If he killed him, why would he want
I know.
to get him off?
I know. Well, I have a feeling there's going to be one that's non-guilty. That's what I'm
As
guessing.
I recall, they all vote guilty here, and then the movie ends.
No, they don't. I bet you there'll be one non-guilty. Yep, there it is.
Who do you think it was?
I bet you it was the mousy guy who was like, oh, I bet it was him.
Secret?
Or maybe it was that guy. Wow, he's so angry. Why is he so angry about it? Oh, he changed his vote.
Squid Game. It's like the old man from Squid Game.
I thought it was the mousy guy.
I know.
Wow, he just walks out. Jeez.
Couldn't it just be a hung jury, though? Like, they just can't come to a decision and they just got to get a.
That would be a very interesting movie.
They just got to try it again.
Yeah, I never would have guessed him either as the guy. He's like, whatever, dude.
The title starting to make a little sense to you?
Yes. Selling marmalade.
Remember when you could do that? Can't do that now.
You can't handle the truth.
That's true about do-gooders. Yes, it is.
Never seen A Few Good Men.
Another good courtroom drama. You would like a few good men, I think.
Oh, wait. Yes, I have. That's the one from the quote.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth. I did see that. Yeah. It's a lot to consider. Yeah, all he's saying is that he's just not convinced. It's not like he's saying he believes that he's innocent. He's just like, I'm not totally convinced he's guilty. He's just trying to give him a fair trial. Or so it seems. What are they playing tic-tac-toe? Jeez. Somebody's life is at stake.
What do you think you're doing, pal? That was a game we were playing. What are you doing? I like the city in the window. I think that's a matte painting.
Hmm. Hmm. Huh. With the train. Huh.
He keeps calling him a boy.
Yeah. Attention.
I want to talk like these guys talk.
Would you say this accent is mid-Atlantic?
I don't know. Maybe I don't think so. Maybe his accent.
So maybe he just said that to feel important. Maybe. He's just funny the way he talks. He's got like this softness, like a soft little voice. That's true. People say all the time, I want to kill that person, but they don't really mean it. Okay. Now it's 9-3. Yeah, it seems like he didn't really care about his client. Yeah, that's a good question. Just to get his knife. Everybody's slowly changing their opinion. Hmm. 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 Wow, they're getting so angry.
I feel like in this movie we see every level of anger.
Yeah.
Agitation, rage, resentment, revenge, indifference, frustration.
So now it's 4 not guilty. 8 of 4. It's not the knife. Hmm. Start the trial all over again. 15 seconds is different than 20. Exactly.
That was a good little moment.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Guilty or not guilty so far?
Yeah. Comment below if you think he's guilty or not guilty at this point.
I think that's a strong vote, Mopar.
It doesn't seem like he could do all that in 15 seconds. Too long distance to cover in 15 seconds. He's whistling. He's walking with a limp. Wow.
He walked faster than that. Come on.
Mm. I bet they're about to determine that the timing is not possible. "41 seconds."
But what does it prove?
Assumed.
Indeed, Barlord, yes. I love this guy. This guy is great, this actor.
He's so angry. Wow, that's harsh. Oh, wow. I feel like he is a bit of a sadist, it seems. Okay. he just said, "I want to kill you," just like people do when they're angry and don't mean it. Mm.
You got no right to talk to me like that.
Wow. They're all judging him. Mm.
Oh, really? Family Guy?
Oh, really? I love Family Guy. We're not here to fight.
Democracy.
The voice of reason. Yeah. Mm. I wonder after this vote if it's going to be like 6-4. Maybe it'll be half and half, 6-6. He's the only one. Okay. Oh, he means it. He's very conflicted. I wonder if he really thinks he's guilty. Tied. I called it. 6-6. I wonder if by the end of the movie, everyone's going to say not guilty. Racial profiling. Interesting how they're going on and on about the heat. We saw body heat recently. Stay tuned for the retro view.
It's a good little device when you have people sweating.
Symbolic. Loud mouth. Yeah, we have a lot to say about it in our retro view.
No, definitely wouldn't be made today for sure.
Here comes the rain. Wow, you really feel like you're in the courtroom with them. This is one location, the whole movie. And it's still really interesting.
There's sort of these little pockets in the room the camera kind of goes to, and he changes up how he's using the camera in these sequences.
I wonder if he's about to have another epiphany about this.
What's the remake? Is it called 12 Angry Men? I know the movie Jury Duty with Pauly Shore was sort of a semi-remake. Mm.
Oh, maybe we should watch that, the 1997 one. I didn't know there was one.
There's no way it's as good as this. There's no way.
Huh, it's so interesting. There's all this focus on like the heat. Sadist.
I like that guy with the glasses because he's sort of indifferent to the result,
Yeah, you just kind of.
but he's still like he thinks he's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
He's not invested in it.
Right. Like the one guy that just got baited is like really invested in like
The outcome, yeah.
that's a whole other thing. Like, what is reasonable doubt? What does that consist of?
Just imagine how hard that is, though, if everyone thinks that he's guilty. It'd be hard to be a holdout.
Yeah. He's about to prove another point. Oh, he got it wrong.
Hey, Dr. Johnny Fever, it's on Google. Go on Google. It's on the archive website. There's a free version that we're watching.
Yeah, go on the type in Criterion. It's in the archive website on Google. Criterion Collection.
Not the color version. There's a black and white version.
Wow. Nice to see you, Dr. Johnny.
So I guess we're kind of in the third act here.
Yeah.
Glad you caught us. Oh yeah, it is on Daily Motion.
Yeah. If it was down stabbing, you'd have to be taller.
Now we're getting into like the finer details of what happened. This is great. This is a great moment.
He's stabbing him with a knife. Oh my gosh. It's just weird how he's so determined to put him away.
I like this actor a lot. Can't remember what all he's in. I feel like he's in some westerns or something. Mm. Yeah, because
Oh, that's
that's how
right.
you use a switchblade.
Ah. Mm. TGIF.
This is how we're celebrating Friday.
Oh,
Because he's
just because
wants
he's
to leave.
tired of it. He just wants it over with. He wants to go home. He can't say why.
There was some righteous anger. It's like every level of anger.
Yeah. I don't think he's guilty. Especially after the knife thing.
Oh, 3 holdouts for guilty.
Only 3. These people clearly has a bias. Wow. He's definitely like profiling.
That guy is miserable anger.
A couple who are okay. All about them. Wow. They're just standing up and ignoring him. His type. Reasonable doubt.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
He's really good, that guy.
Oh.
Lee J. Cobb, yep. He was the detective.
Oh, wow.
I would say it's between that and this, if in my opinion, Dr. Knifever. I think you're pretty
A
dead on
hung
there.
jury. Oh, I bet the witness has eyeglasses. Mm. Mm. So maybe her eyesight isn't so good. Hmm. Those little marks. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Jeez. He's so stubborn.
Yeah, it is like Clue. It's like a big group there.
Kind of, yeah. Oh, he's convinced he's not guilty. He still says he's guilty after all of that. We're not convinced. Wow. He's so stubborn. He's so angry.
How great of an actor is this guy?
Reasonable doubt. What?
Yeah, that is sad that they are all dead, but they live on through their great acting work.
Bleeding hearts. What is he doing?
That's the picture of his kid. The whole thing is about his actual
I
son.
see. His son was killed or something.
No, his son. The last time he saw his son punched him and left.
Oh.
So he.
Now he's crying.
Right.
So he hasn't seen his son in so long because
I think he was projecting
Yeah.
onto this kid his own issues with his own son.
Yeah.
So it's sort of this. He was the last hurdle to get over. The other guy, the guy with the glasses, is interesting because he's like really intelligent. So it was hard to get past him because he was like, well, there's still the eyewitness account. You can't get past that. And then they did with the glasses. Yeah, it's nice touch.
Yeah, he's still trying to like be dignified
And there is the greatest hero in the history of film. This character, juror number 7. Is that what he is? I think he was ranked the greatest movie hero, or maybe it was Atticus Finch. I can't remember, between him and Atticus Finch.
The end. Wow.
Oh wait, they have the credits.
Oh, credits.
John.
Oh, I love that guy.
Fiedler, Lee J. Cobb, E.G. Marshall. What was E.G. Marshall in? Was he in?
Yeah.
Was he in Casablanca or something? Jack Warden. Oh yeah, Jack Warden.
He's really good. He was kind of funny.
Sweeney. They were all great.
They were all really great. Yeah. United Artists presentation. Wow. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought the twist at the end with yay. It wasn't really a twist, but I mean you kind of suspected like, okay, there's some reason why this guy is so stubborn about wanting to put this guy, call him guilty, right? There's got to be some underlying reason why he's so focused on, oh, he's guilty, and then you finally realize he's projecting his own issues with his son onto the case. I love that script. I love that it was just one location, yet never boring. The acting was great. I love the camera work. It really made you feel like you were in like one of the jurors. And
so the way they filmed that, as I read, they use a wider lens at the beginning, then they use medium lenses in the middle, and then at the end they use longer, tighter lenses.
So you can close-ups. For the close-ups, you can really see what's going on behind their eyes.
When we shot Twin Flame, I told Gavin to do that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But so I thought it was watching it again. It's very interesting to see how each actor gets their little moment. They all have their little moments. They all have their motivations.
Yeah, it's like they all have their little moment to sort of express their views, and then they all have their moment to turn. They all shift perspectives. And the main guy who voted non-guilty at first, it's not like his perspective was super strong. He just had enough doubt to want to talk about it.
Right.
So
the main guy, Henry Fonda, it's interesting. Only he could play that part with all of those guys.
Yeah.
Like they're all great. The mystery eyeglasses man.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Jack Warden was, he was the judge in And Justice for All. He was in a lot of stuff, especially when he got older. It's kind of harder to recognize him when he's younger. But Henry Fonda as the lead is this. It's kind of timeless. It's still relevant today.
Yeah, because they're still, they're talking about like them as like generalizing stereotypes. Like that still happens today. That's still an issue today, racial profiling and whatnot.
But the way he's able to attack all of their ignorance.
Yeah.
So they all have this like ignorant streak of like, oh, he's guilty. Come on, let's go. And he's like, well, what about this? I'm not. Maybe he's guilty, but I'm just asking questions.
Yeah.
So you start to understand his sort of logical reasoning. But the one who's really smart that keeps saying guilty, it was interesting, sort of the battle between the two of them throughout.
Yeah.
Because he maintains he's guilty throughout.
Right.
But the other guy that's like upset. The end.
Yeah, his reasons are a little more personal. I have court coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to have a jury like that.
I was thinking about it because I was like, I don't think most juries probably operate like this at all. And it's sort of, to me, the film operates as sort of a lesson of, well, if you're on a jury, you should be this way. You should be kind of questioning, because I do think a lot of people probably get convicted wrongfully,
Yeah. So, and I mean,
still.
Yeah, I feel like if you're on the jury, you should be examining all the facts because lawyers aren't always on point with everything. There's sometimes things that the lawyers miss, and the glasses thing was I like that part right here. He was like, "Why do you do that? What's wrong with your nose?" I'm like, "Where is he getting at?" Oh, the witness had glasses.
I think the way that the Henry Fonda character looks at it is maybe he is guilty,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to decide that he is guilty beyond a reasonable
Right,
doubt.
beyond a
And
reasonable
it's not
doubt.
so much like, oh, he's guilty, I'm gonna kind of just selectively look at the things that support that. He's like, no, I'm gonna see if there is anything that leads me to doubt.
Yeah.
And he could very well be guilty, and maybe I'm letting a guilty person go free. But the philosophy is it's better to let a guilty person go free
Then let an innocent
than to
person.
convict an innocent
Yeah.
person.
Right. What's worse?
And I think that to me is what real like liberalism is. And I think that's what this film was in the 50s. It was liberalism. It was real liberalism kind of against sort of a closed-mindedness of that era.
Yeah.
Which is what the Lee J. Cobb character is.
The glasses was a big thing.
Yes, classical.
Made me think of Simpsons episodes in the beginning where Homer's abusing the rule that if they are all on the same page, they can go to the hotel. Yeah. Get free food. Classical liberalism. Yeah. Wow, what a great movie. I feel like that movie was more entertaining, more enthralling than a lot of modern movies. I keep seeing, we watched a couple movies recently for our retro view, and those reviews are coming out
soon.
And I keep seeing films that were made, older films that I just enjoy so much more than some of these modern films. It's like such a simple way. It's kind of like a simple story, but also like a very complex story at the same time.
Yeah,
have you guys seen Once Upon a Time in the West?
I have seen that.
I have not seen that.
Kimberly has not. Maybe that's one we could, if we ever get on to westerns. Maybe
Sergio Leone.
But that's Henry Fonda is spoiler, the villain.
Oh, he's the villain in that. Okay.
And guess what? He's a really good villain.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Wow. All the actors were great in that. I give it, on a scale of 1 to 5, I give that like,
I think that's a perfect movie.
I feel like I give that a 5.
That's a Shawshank Redemption.
I give it level. A 5 because you walk away like almost changed by it. You know, his blue eyes are terrifying.
Yeah,
he's got very expressive eyes.
Yeah, funny story about that. I heard him in an interview say that in that movie he put in contact lenses to make his eyes brown, and then the director was like, no, I want the blue eyes, because it made him even more menacing.
Yeah, he's got very expressive eyes. Barlord, are you still there? Barlord says a lean and mean script. Well, thank you all so much for watching the film with us and chatting along with us. Made me think of the lyric, I don't waste my time on Technicolor Nightmare. It should have stayed black and white. Yeah. I know there's something about the black and white that it draws you in. Like, I don't know. I can't put it into words, but yeah, what a good movie.
But this is the same director I told you that directed Dog Day Afternoon, where they robbed the bank.
Yeah.
This director was really great at using single locations and making a more sort of dramatic, sort of thriller type story.
This is my go-to for those that thumb their nose at older films. Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that this movie in particular, in the last, I remember when the AFI Top 100 Films came out, and I don't believe this movie was on there. And I remember at the time when I was younger, I was like, why isn't that on there? Because I saw it when I was little. And then over time, I feel like this movie has gotten more and more, it's gone up further and further on all these lists of the greatest movies of all. Now it's like in the top 10 on a lot of those lists of greatest of all time. So I think it's probably like, it's one of, and I think the reason is because some of those great old movies kind of become outdated after a while, but this one doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like this one still is relevant today.
Like Gone with the Wind kind of eventually becomes
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind. This one just is always
This movie is one of the old movies I love. Older movies are not relatable. Yeah, this one is still relatable.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it just makes you think about the justice system and the court system and how we can be as fair as possible. And also it kind of makes you question your own personal bias, whether it's subconscious or not. We all may have some sort of bias that we're not even aware of. So I really like that aspect of it. Theme of the next movie night. I don't know. What should the next theme be? So we want to see a movie. October, we'll probably just do spooky stuff, but it's not quite October. So what do you think? What about like a romance? We haven't watched like a really, really good romance. We've watched some we watched a couple of rom-com. I guess A Fish Called Wanda was sort of romantic, but 80s comedy.
Let's do a more serious romance, not necessarily a rom-com.
Yeah, we saw a rom-com action, but what about like a really like a serious romance? Notting Hill. That's a movie I've never seen.
Serious romance would be what would classify?
When Harry Met Sally. I've seen When Harry Met Sally.
What would classify as a serious romance?
French Kiss. I've never seen that. I've never seen Forget Paris. But I love When Harry Met Sally. That's kind of a rom-com though. Have you seen French Kiss or Forget Paris?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are some really good romance? Like, it doesn't matter, I guess, if it's classical or modern. But I feel like that's a genre we haven't done a live stream for yet, so might as well pick a different genre this time around. And then in October we'll do spooky stuff.
like a relationship drama, I guess. Does that exist? Are there like movies that nowadays that are
Titanic?
But yeah, I guess Titanic.
Joe versus the volcano. Is that that sounds like a comedy?
That is Tom Hanks. Oh, like Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah,
would classify.
I guess you could also call it. It's okay if there's some comedy to it,
More serious than comedic. Kind of like the love story in the movie we watched recently, Tin Men. If there's that kind of movie, but it's mostly the.
Yeah, let us know. French Kiss is Kevin Kline from A Fish Called Wanda, and Forget Paris is Billy Crystal. Okay.
Forget Paris is pretty good.
I've never seen it.
It's pretty good. Deborah Winger. I'm trying to think. I'll have to go into put them in the comments, any suggestions for this, because we're going to do this before we hit spooky season.
Yeah.
And then for October we'll do some spooky stuff.
Yeah, and some of them might be like funny, and some of them might be like comedy, funny, spooky. Some of them might be like spooky.
We're definitely going to do the Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one. So that'll be comedy, spooky. But yeah. So for this next one, any romantic movies you recommend? Type them in the comments.
Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith would count.
Yeah, it's also action, but yeah.
It's enough where it would count. Something like that, I guess.
You've got mail.
We only get one Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Joe versus the volcano is also Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Oh, is it?
They did like 3 rom-coms.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I keep thinking of romantic films, and then we'll do a poll. Clueless. Yeah. Clueless is more of a comedy. I've seen it.
You're right, Dr. Johnny Fever. Jack, he could have fit on the door with her.
Stranger Than Fiction almost counts.
Officer and a Gentleman. There you go. Now we're talking.
I don't know. Have I seen that movie? That sounds really familiar. I don't know if I've.
Does Witness count as a romance? Witness? I feel like Witness would count. That would be interesting. It's a little. It's got a little.
Oh yeah, Will Ferrell is in it. I think I might have seen Stranger Than Fate. It's about somebody writing a novel, right? Yeah, I think I might have seen it, but I don't know if I saw all of it.
Yeah, Bodyguard. There you go.
Bodyguard?
Bodyguard.
I've never seen Bodyguard. I love Sleepless in Seattle. Aw, yeah, I love Sleepless in Seattle.
Like, what about like Revolutionary Road with
I saw that.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet?
Saw it.
Something like that.
The Room.
We're not doing. Yeah, you're right. The Room is.
It's more of a tragedy.
We're not doing The Notebook though.
I've seen The Notebook. Yeah.
Like Blue Valentine, perhaps, or Manchester by the Sea, or a lot of like those types of movies.
Bridget Jones' Diary. I saw that. Love Actually is a great one.
So Witness is about the detective. He goes and lives with the Amish people.
Okay.
And then there's an Amish woman, and he's a detective. And
oh, okay. Oh.
So maybe.
Never seen that. I've seen Bridget Jones' Diary. That's also a comedy as well. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. There aren't a lot of romances that aren't as well comedy. Like there's so many romantic comedies, but there's not, I can't think of that many movies that are just romance without comedy. You know what I mean?
It's a kind of a lost genre. It doesn't exist as much anymore.
Let's bring them back.
I mean, the Before Sunset films.
Oh yeah, because even though those have a little comedy, they're not like.
That's why I like them so much.
Yeah,
because they're
Castaway. Yeah, it is a romance actually. Yeah, there's this whole thing on an island between them. That's true. I've seen Castaway.
I mean, I guess La La Land.
Yeah, I guess you could consider it a romance, but they don't actually end up together at the end. So,
spoilers.
10 Things I Hate About You. I'm pretty sure I saw that back in the day.
I mean, these are all good ones to, because I'll compile the poll. I'll probably have like 6 movies.
6?
To choose from in the poll.
Oh gosh. Maybe 5.
That way I'm sure you guys will pick the absolute best one. Romancing the Stone. Unfortunately, we already watched it. But that would be perfect. Romancing the Stone is great.
Yeah. The Man with Two Brains or Transylvania. Both silly comedies, but elements of romance. Okay.
Body Heat would count, but we watched Body Heat.
That's more of like a mystery thriller.
It's still romance. So.
Yeah, true.
And you could and that like mostly has mostly sort of like love story elements. Starman is good.
Never seen Starman.
That's a good like romance.
But yeah, keep thinking about romantic films that you'd like us to react to, and that'll be the next theme of our movie night. We'll put out a poll, and then we'll put out a poll for the time that most of you want to live stream with us. It happened one night.
Okay, so yeah, It Happened One Night is definitely going on the list.
I've never seen that.
It Happened One Night is very old with Clark Gable.
Oh.
But belongs on the list.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
For show.
John Carpenter. Donnie Darko, time travel romance.
Here's a good one. I'm sure a lot of you haven't seen. It's called Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange, where he plays H.G. Wells. He goes forward in time from the 1800s into the 70s, chasing Jack the Ripper, and he meets what's her name, Ted Danson's wife.
I've never seen that. Who here has
It's
seen
good.
Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour? Somewhere in Time. That's a really great romantic film.
Okay, put that one on there. That's a good one to go on the list. Also, 500 Days of Summer, something like that, maybe.
Sea of Love, very serious.
Good call. Sea of Love. Yeah.
Yeah, I love 500 Days of Summer. Any movies like in that genre, I love.
Sea of Love is a very, very good call.
Great suggestions. I'm already getting excited for our next movie night.
I'm going to look at there's a list. I think it's AFI's 100 Years, 100 Passions, and I think that list would probably have a few good ideas.
I'm so glad we watched this movie tonight. Thank you all who voted for this movie. It's definitely like I'm going to keep thinking about it. So, yes, we saw that in the middle school. All right. Well, keep them coming. You can always just type more comments after this video is after we're done. You can type a comment into the description. So if you have any other suggestions, just type your suggestions there.
The Big Easy is good with Dennis Quaid.
I've never seen The Big Easy. Ellen Barkin is like a sexy version of Diane Sawyer. I like Diane Sawyer. I think she's great.
Ellen Barkin's very underrated. A lot of people don't remember her. Or don't talk about her, at least. Maybe they do remember her. I'm sure they remember her. Great. Just put any more suggestions in the comments. I'll compile
a poll. Well, thank you all for the suggestions. Thanks for joining movie nights, Barlord and Mopar. Dr. Johnny.
What's the last one, Johnny Fewer?
One more. Dreamscape. I've never seen Dreamscape.
Me neither.
Oh, well, that's one both of us haven't seen.
Dennis Quaid.
Okay. Put that on the list. Mopar is good at making the list.
Oh, Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
That would count. Vanilla Sky. But we've both seen that. Vicky Cristina Barcelona. something that's comedic, but it's not overly like comedic.
He's a psychic and he has her. Oh, interesting. Okay, Dreamscape.
I seem to recall this movie. That's a good idea. All right, I'll put it in the comments. Big list here, and I'll put it together.
All right. Well, this was fun, y'all. Thank you for joining our movie night.
And we got some more videos coming out soon too.
Yeah, stay tuned. We recently watched some older films for Retro View, and we have some of those movie reviews coming out. So stay tuned for those. It's a fun 80s movie. Awesome. Well, we have a lot to choose from, so I'm excited. All right.
Great.
Well, until we see y'all again, stay real.
And have great takes.
All right. I hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Guys. Take care, everyone.
Of course, yeah. Thank you guys.
Bye, Mopar. Bye, Barlord.
For hanging in there with us.
Bye, Dr. Johnny. Take care.
We'll see you next time.